Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the 2022 Hall of Fame breakfast and induction ceremony. It's really great to see all the friends of Bethel, alumni, current coaches, former coaches, board of trustee members, faculty members, employees, students, and just supporters of Bethel, friends of Bethel, people that have supported Bethel forever, people that I see in the halls all the time, and people that I don't see that I know that are supporters of Bethel. So we really appreciate you being here. This is a great day. I actually inducted somebody in for the first time at the golf tournament yesterday, which was great. He couldn't be here, but he was going to be at the golf tournament. And I made sure to tell them, and I want y'all to know this too, how special this is to go into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Dr. Butler mentioned earlier that we have been around for this is our 181st year. In 181 years, there are 106 individuals in the Bethel University Athletic Hall of Fame. So this is rare air for athletics folks, and just I want people to understand how special it is to go in there. And we have a process. I don't sit at my desk and look at old stat sheets and decide who goes in. Just so you know, the process is we have a board, or a committee rather, that is appointed by me, and I pick from faculty members, coaches, development members, community members, alumni that sit on that committee, and we submit. Anybody that's nominated goes before that committee, and then that committee decides who is worthy of being inducted into this Hall of Fame. So the people that I'll be inducting this morning, rest assured that they were put through a stringent scrutiny and scrutinized by some people that understand what it means to be in the Bethel Athletic Hall of Fame, and how important it is that we make sure that only the most deserving people get in the Bethel Athletic Hall of Fame. My name is Brad Chappell. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Bethel, and I do want to thank you again for being here. This is, by the way, this is our 42nd class of inductees into the Hall of Fame. And if you know anybody that bears consideration, we would appreciate that you please submit them via our athletics website. If you go on our athletics website, there's a link or a portion where you can go in and submit people that you feel are worthy of the Athletic Hall of Fame. You folks are going to know many more people than we're going to know of who might be worthy of consideration. So please make sure that if you think of somebody that you think needs to be inducted, please submit them via our athletics website. And also make sure, one of the things that we try to take care to do, if you submit a name, make sure you have some supporting information with whatever that name might be. So from time to time, we'll get so-and-so say, hey, this person needs to be in the Athletic Hall of Fame. Well, that's great, but we can't just put a name in front of the committee and say, vote on this person. We need to be able to say why they're going to be in the Hall of Fame. And you'll see when I talk about the people that are going in today, why that's so important that we have that information so that we can look at it. All right, so our first inductee for the class of 22 is Alicia James for women's soccer. By the way, our two athletes going in this year, at least in my recollection, and I'd have to go back and look, but in my recollection, this is our first all-female class. So, that's special, right? Alicia James is considered one of the best to ever set foot on the pitch for Bethel soccer. She grew up in Kingston, Jamaica as the youngest of 5 children, and no doubt being the baby of the family forces you to be able to run fast. Coming from another baby of the family. She began playing soccer competitively at age 12 for Dunrobin Primary. She was then invited to train with the Jamaican national senior team and became the youngest ever senior national team captain at 16. She went to Meadowbrook High School and attended St. Iago High School. Upon graduating from high school, she had received multiple scholarship offers from universities and colleges in the United States and Canada. In 2002, she received a call from Bethel coach Misty Aird, and the rest is history. Coach Aird had this to say about Alicia James. She was one of the best midfielders I've ever coached. She was a game changer as well as being a special player in person. You could tell her what you wanted and she would make it happen. She was a star, but she was also extremely humble. She would give the ball to her teammates and would always give her team the credit, and it was an honor to coach and now call her my friend. Over the course of her career, her accolades are impressive. She was a Jamaican national team player. She holds the record for assists at Bethel. She was an NAIA All-American and made the national all-tournament team. In addition, while at Bethel, she was a first-team all-conference and all-region performer for 4 years. She was named the conference MVP twice and was a two-time NAIA Academic All-American. She continues to have a passion for the sport. She played for a couple of years upon her return home, but then decided to start coaching. She coaches both male and female squads, and in December of 21, she was appointed assistant coach for the female national U17 team and the U15 team in May of 22. She currently resides in Kingston, Jamaica, and works for the Bank of Nova Scotia. Please help me congratulate Alicia James on her induction into the Bethel University Athletic Hall of Fame. Accepting Alicia James' plaque on her behalf will be Coach Misty Aird. Next inductee is Leah Hensley Cripps, softball 2011. Leah Hensley Cripps was a standout pitcher for the Bethel softball team from 2007 to 2011. Recognized as one of the greatest softball pitchers in the history of the school, Leah dominates the program record book in various categories. Leah is the first softball player in the history of the school to be inducted into the Hall, and she holds the following records, and this list is long. Season records. She's number 1 in appearances in a season with 33. She's number 1 in starts in a season with 27. She's number 1 in wins in a season with 19. She's number 2 in ERA in a season at 1.68. She's number 1 in complete games in a season with 22. She's number 1 in shutouts in a season with 8. She's number 1 in innings pitched in a season with 189.1 innings pitched in a season. Her career records. She's number 1 in career ERA at 2.54. She's number 2 in career appearances with 83. She's number 2 in games started with 68. She's number 1 in wins with 42. She's number 1 in complete games with 60. She's number 1 in shutouts with 14. Number 1 in innings pitched with 99. And number 2 in strikeouts with 232. Leah's 19 wins and 8 shutouts and her 1.6 ERA in 2009 helped lead the Lady Wildcats to a 34-14 record and an appearance in the NAIA Championship opening round. She was named to the Trans-South All-Conference squad in 2011. She was named to the NAIA All-Academic team from 2009 to 11. Leah and her husband Will both graduated from Bethel with a bachelor's in education and master's of education degrees in 2011. They were married in 2012 and they have 2 children. She credits her family and her coaches with her success. Coach Larry Giraldi, who's here today, says this: "It was an honor and a pleasure to have coached Leah as a member of the Bethel softball family. Leah made an immediate impact on our program as soon as she stepped on campus. As important as her play was on the field, her value to our program and her teammates was evident each day of practice, in the classroom, on campus, at team events, and by the character she displayed. Leah was and is a hard worker, coachable, a team player, easy to get along with, punctual, and always willing to step up and help where needed. All of Leah's traits and characters have continued to make her a success in her adult life as a wife, mom, and educator. Leah Hensley Cripps has made a major impact on Bethel University, on everyone she comes in contact with, and is very deserving of this honor." And I'd like to mention this before I bring Leah up here. Dr. Butler made mention of we have people here that are changing the world, or that will be changing the world. We've got 2 people going in the Hall of Fame today that are changing the world right now. Leah and her husband, Alicia James, both of those people are impacting young people, and they came from Bethel University. And being a former educator myself, I can speak to how many lives that you can impact daily being an educator, and Leah and her husband are doing that on the daily. So, officially, help me congratulate Leah Hensley Cripps on her induction into the Hall of Fame. This is nicer than the door. Gotcha. I want to do this. One thing we've started doing with our Hall of Fame, you may have noticed my Bethel lapel pin. All of our Hall of Fame members will get a similar lapel pin, except that it is outlined in gold and it has Hall of Fame underneath it. So if you see one of these, only Hall of Fame members have those. And I'm going to pin that.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
Finally, we have a gentleman going in. He's the one that cannot be here this morning. I presented him yesterday, but I do want to tell you about him. His name's Ricky Rosenjack. He's going to be going into our Hall of Fame as a contributor. Ricky Rosenjack attended Bethel University on a full 4-year golf scholarship and graduated in 1977 with a BS degree in chemistry and biology. After working for several years, he entered Vanderbilt University and completed his MBA at Owens Graduate School of Management. He also has completed executive graduate studies at Harvard and Wharton. During his time at Vanderbilt, he made a connection with the CEO of Textron over a mutual love for the game of golf, thus beginning Ricky's thriving career in aerospace. This year, he completes 42 years of working in the aerospace industry. And over the years, he has held senior leadership roles at Textron Aerostructures, Bell Helicopter, Aeru DevTech, Progressive, Tech Aerospace, and currently serves as president and CEO of NWI Industries. Despite a phenomenally successful career, his true love lies in his strong Christian faith and love for his family. His mother, Joanne Cooper, gave him a solid upbringing, instilling in him a strong work ethic and desire to help his fellow man. Ricky has a wife, Stephanie, 2 daughters, Mackenzie and Hillary, and 1 precious grandson, who are the lights of his life. Mr. Rosenjack has not forgotten his Bethel roots. He and Bethel golf coach Larry Joe Smith remain close and in touch concerning Mackenzie and Bethel. In the last year, Rosenjack has made significant contributions to a future golf facility at Bethel. Ricky Rosenjack will be forever enshrined at Bethel University for his contributions as a student, as a person, and as a friend. Ricky spoke briefly at the golf tournament yesterday about how Bethel University and being on the Bethel University golf team set his life and his career in motion. How many people do we have here today as students that we've had in the past, that we're going to have in the future, that this will be the place where their dreams take shape, where this will be the place, and I'm pointing at one, where they meet their future husband or wife. So this is a very special place, and I'm glad to induct Ricky Rosenjack into the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
I get to present 2 awards today, but before I do, I want to recognize, for those that are present today, I want to first say, if you never saw Leah play, I mean, she's, you know, Will rode your coattails. No, seriously, Leah was in a league of her own, just like Alicia was. I remember seeing Alicia, I think, oh man, she's the real deal. And then, I don't remember seeing Rosenjack play golf. I was working here in admissions when Rosenjack was here. I remember we had to try to get him to go to class every once in a while. But I don't remember much about his golf game, but it is a special honor to get in the Hall of Fame. I'm telling you, I'm not on that board, thank goodness. But I know there's always a lot more that are nominated that get to be in. Well, you definitely deserve to be in the Bethel University Hall of Fame. I want to recognize, I don't want you to ever take for granted what it takes to have this university. And it all starts with our board of trustees. And we've got 25 on our board of trustees. Well, 24 right at this very minute. And we've got 5 board of trustee members here today, which is a great, I hope I'm not missing one. If I am, don't fire me. But all the way from Texas, Pat Caldron is back here, and I appreciate her being here today. Nancy Bean, who was from Kentucky and Somerset, but now lives in McKenzie, is here today. Rob Truitt, lost Rob right here up front, is from Dixon, pastor of the Dixon CP Church. Ben Cantrell lives in Nashville by way of Palmersville, growing up, and is retired from the judgeship. And then Linda Ingram from the Sparta, Tennessee area is here. So they've all made a great effort, well, except for Nancy, she's here. But to be here today, we thank you very, very much. A couple other things I want to mention. SGA, a lot of officers are here today at this table. Folks, they're the best. The Bethel University faculty and staff will tell you how good these folks are. Now, we meet with them, or they let us meet with them once a month. The last Wednesday, the month at lunch, we get to have a give and take. They say, you need to be doing this, or we'll ask, questions. And we usually work out and have some positive results from each meeting. So I want you to meet those if you can. Our board, we got the president here, a vice president, and some secretary of what do we call it? Nominated or Fairs. Okay, I can't remember all, but anyway, meet those folks. Great. One of them has got her crown on today. She will be in the Miss Tennessee pageant again this summer. We're so very fortunate for these young people. I want to also mention, if you've never seen the Athletic Hall of Fame, when you go out this door, if you'll go down the hall and then to your left, they line a wall, those 106 members that are in the athletic, and there'll be 3 more added today. And then right outside here, you can't help but see, we started a few years ago an alumni wall, and we went back, got everybody we could find that ever been given an award, and we put their pictures up on the wall and what their award was for. I want to also say, sometime after this meeting, I think it's around 11:15 or 11:30, the catwalk will start right outside the end door here. The football team and coaches will come out, they pat on the Wildcat at the end of the walk, and then go up to their dressing rooms and get ready for the game. And I would be wrong if I did not say this. Folks, this event would not be here today if it wasn't for some of our staff that has worked diligently to make this the best homecoming I can remember in years. And most of them are new with our development team, been with it for no more than a year, some of them. But I want to introduce you. I am proud of these folks. Well, one of them's been here more than a year with this development crew. But I mention these folks and hope you get to meet them and know them and thank them. Dr. Kimberly Martin is our Vice President for Development. She's been with the university for a while, but she is doing a great job in her leadership. Stacy, who's waving now, is with our development team. She was the backbone of the golf tournament. Her and Heather, who's right beside her. Heather is our person that manages our money that comes in through donations and gifts. Aaron, our photographer, all you gotta do is walk by him and smile, and he's probably already took your picture before you smile. Myra, who everybody knows Myra Carlock, but Myra Myra puts these events on, like today. Myra, this has been great today. I want to also recognize Caitlin. Caitlin is one of our newest people here. She's our new, I don't know her title, I just call her, she's our communications director, our press information officer. Comes with a world of knowledge. We're so fortunate she's working with us at Bethel University. Let me see. I want to mention, if you haven't seen her, Linda Hearn's here. Linda works with several different departments here. Most of y'all have known Linda longer than you know me. And then Amber Lee, I saw here today, just helping with development stuff. She's a student in the education, and she may be teaching your kids or grandkids in the near future. So I want to say it. Then I want to say one other thing. We got, check your news items later on today. We've got teams everywhere, but one team we're watching close today is in the last couple of days, there's the Major League Fishing National Championship is going on. As y'all know, we're big into bass fishing. It started out with 224 boats, and today it's down to the final 10 boats. And we missed first place at the end of yesterday by 6 ounces in one of our boats, so it is that close. But today, of the 224 teams, we're down to 10 boats. 2 of the boats in the final 10 are Bethel University boats today. So keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully everything will work out good for that. Okay, that's enough of that, I think. I get to do 2 awards today. Both of them, boy, these are nice to do. We're going to give today, we don't give all the alumni awards every year unless we have really, really strong cases to honor one. So today we're going to do one alumni award. It's called the Alumni Service Award for Bethel University. It's somebody that's a Bethel University alumni that has gone way above and beyond what you would expect in a normal year, or sometimes in a normal 2 or 3 years. This has been in a year. I cannot remember the exact time. It was in the winter sometime last winter. A gentleman came and told us, who was actually on our board of trustees at that time, that I've got Rob Truitt and I've got Nancy Bean, and we want to help raise some money for Bethel University. Now, I'm not as dumb as I look, but when somebody says they want to help raise money for Bethel University, my ears pop up. I don't even have to turn my hearing aids up. And he said, I want to help raise some money for Bethel University, and I want to do it where it'll be recognized in the new chapel when that is complete. And we kicked around ideas. He kicked around ideas with several people, with Nancy and Rob especially, then with our board of trustees, and they came up with a wall of faith where Cumberland Presbyterian families, especially pastors, would be honored, pastors and their wives or spouses would be honored for their work that has been done, not only through Bethel, but through the Cumberland Presbyterian Church. And he set different levels of giving for this wall of faith. There's going to be more in the next meeting if you're part of that meeting. I'm not going to tell you all about this guy's history. It is too much. But he's been so active in the Cumberland Presbyterian family, through pastoring, through book writing, through building artwork, through art, through rocks most of the time. He has pastored churches all over the world and set up churches in many foreign countries. But the biggest thing we're recognizing this man for the Alumni Service Award today, for this year, is we've got way over $200,000 of commitments or cash in the bank already because of his leadership, and Rob and Nancy, because of his leadership and their leadership. And that money is set up as an endowment to help young people that are going into the ministry for years to come. And I'm telling you, that 200 to 250,000 that they've already raised or committed, that's just a start. I didn't think this guy would get this much money this fast. But if you got a pocketbook, you better hold on to it. Because he's gonna get it. Ladies and gentlemen, our Alumni Service of the Year award goes to Dr. Robert Watkins. On the other side, okay. All right. We have one other award today that's never been given at this university. And the reason it hasn't, it's not a Bethel award, but it's such a huge award. We wanted to recognize this person today. At Bethel University, we have given out one time in the last few years, one person has achieved this award. It's called Lifetime Service Award. And this gentleman today is getting an award that to me seems even as big as that, or if not bigger. We've tried to keep this quiet for a couple of months, and I don't know how good we have done. Around here, we've just popped our buttons because we couldn't leave. But let me tell you just a little bit about this gentleman. And I'm not going to read all this, but Dr. James, or Jim Cantrell, is the winner of this award today. And this award is given by the Tennessee Intercollegiate Colleges and Universities Association. We're a member of all the private colleges and schools in the state of Tennessee. I think there's 39, and a handful of people, this is the third year they've ever done this, a handful of people get picked to go into the Couture Hall of Fame. This is the first person from Bethel University that's ever been picked. And it's really rare. We've got some of the magazines to give out if you want one. You will see how rare it is for somebody to get picked into this Hall of Fame. I want to read a little bit. He graduated from Palmersville High School in Weakley County in 1949. He was a star athlete in high school and continued at Bethel University playing baseball and basketball. His basketball coach encouraged him to take remedial math. Little did he know how math was going to change his life. In his second year, he allowed a friend to talk him into enrolling in a course of trigonometry taught by Martha Staub. Some of y'all will remember that name. He also was under the influence of Clara Dishman, who you remember the Dishman name, but she taught chemistry with patience and clarity. He was introduced to a new world of science, and he graduated, as he said earlier, in June of 1953 with a degree in mathematics and a minor in chemistry. He continued postgraduate work, earning a master's degree in math from the University of Mississippi in 1955, followed by his PhD from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. His interest was topology, study of geometric properties and spatial relations unaffected by the continuous change of shape and size of figures, was sparked while he was a graduate student at UTK. In 1961, his doctoral thesis came to the attention of the American Mathematical Society, which reserved a section in its bulletin for quick announcements of mathematical results of very special interest. Dr. Cantrell's research became groundbreaking. After earning his doctorate, he joined the University of Georgia, where he continued his work in the field of topology. In 1966, he became a fellow of the Sloan Foundation in recognition of his outstanding work in the field, and the list goes on and on. His findings have been widely published in American Mathematical Society publications. Besides being a fellow of the Sloan Foundation, he was invited by Robert Oppenheimer to become a member of the Institute for Advanced Study and founded a yearly Georgia Topology Conference, which after 51 years is one of the longest running geometry conferences in the world. He retired in 1993 and was named Professor Emeritus and head of the Department of Mathematics at the University of Georgia. Endowed in his honor, the Cantrell Lecture Series continues to present lectures on topics of historical and research interest. In 2012, Dr. Cantrell was inducted into the Fellows of American Mathematical Society based on his distinguished contributions to mathematics. TACUA has sent 2 or 3 things. Dr. Cantrell, if you could be coming up.
Oh my goodness.
Did we keep it quiet?
You kept it
All
quiet.
right.
My goodness.
TACUA has sent
What a
this.
surprise.
Tennessee
These are very special
Independent
ones.
Colleges and Universities Association Hall of Fame in recognition of indelible contributions to the betterment of humanity through your remarkable service, work, and leadership. As a graduate of Bethel University, this certificate is presented to inductee Dr. James Cantrell in the year 2022 on behalf of the TACUA Board of Directors. I want to first present this really nice certificate on behalf of TACUA and their president, Dr. Claude Presnall. And I've got one more thing too. So, got it?
Oh, really?
You ready for the picture? I wish I had one of these. But they also sent a gold medallion honoring that he's in the TACUA Hall of Fame. We are so honored. We are so honored to have Dr. James Cantrell as an alumni of Bethel University and for all his contributions that he has given to Bethel University and to the society in a bigger. Do you want to say a few words? Okay, let me hold it first. I'm gonna lay some of this out of the way. I'll lay it over here at your table.
My goodness, it's really caught me by surprise. I had no idea what was going on or anything like this. But I do appreciate Bethel. I came here, old sawmill back in the backwoods of western Tennessee. But I came to Bethel mainly interested in basketball and baseball. Got into some really interesting things in chemistry, physics, and then mathematics. And sort of got into mathematics because I had some friends who were math majors. And one of those is here actually today, Winnie Hatcher Smith. And James Cannon were math majors, and I was a friend with them, and I just got into, I'd been into a trigonometry class and really began to appreciate and like mathematics. Got into just because Wendy and James were in the calculus class. So I got into calculus. I thought, oh, you get a minor in mathematics, just the heck of it. I can always teach mathematics if I need a job somewhere. So but that got me interested in mathematics. I went to the University of Mississippi and the University of Tennessee, and really hit a great place at the University of Tennessee. They're really great a graduate program there, and I got interested in the geometric area, and I stumbled into an area that had been involved with certain geometric problems in 2 and 3 dimensions. And there's been a struggle for a long time trying to decide just how to move that movement into higher dimensions. And my major professor went to an international conference in Edinburgh, Scotland, where they talked about 2 of the things that the mathematicians of the world were surprised by. And one of them was an oddball graduate student at Princeton University who came up with a very unusual proof to move the study into higher dimensions. And Professor Orwell Harrell, as soon as he could get a preprint of that work, he gave it to me and said, "You explain this to our seminar." So I went through that and explained that work first move into higher dimensions from 3 dimensions. And I got to thinking, well, I'm needing a subject for my PhD dissertation. I had in mind that if I had a doctor's degree in mathematics, I could always find a job. And my only objective really was to get that PhD in mathematics, go to some nice college town, like McKinsey, Tennessee, or Bethel College, and live with a good life. Good college town, decent little college somewhere. But I had an idea that, well, after the first movement in high dimension, maybe there's something else that would be interested in and would get me that PhD and I'd go off somewhere, college somewhere. But I got an idea that really created a lot of interest. And so I gave up going to a small college somewhere and living the good life of a math professor. And so I first presented my result to a meeting of the American Mathematical Society in Cincinnati, Ohio. And there were lots of people there to see what was going on. This was the first really unusual work done in that area in high dimensions. And before I left, there were professors from 3 different universities with a number of faculty members there that wanted me to come. One was back to Mississippi where I got my master's degree. They were there to try to get me to come down there, and the University of Florida, and then Georgia, which had one of the best geometric groups in that area. They were there with 3 different professors that cornered me. They wanted me to come down and speak at a colloquium, and then I was happy to do that. And then when I go back to Tennessee in another week or so, my math professor said that the University of Georgia was going to offer me, and so I went down to Georgia, and things really worked out a lot better than I ever expected or even wanted it to. Just get me a job teaching mathematics at some nice college in a little college town, I'd be happy. But one thing led to another. I went to the Institute for Advanced Study and various other places. So, well, appreciate this very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.